Welcome to Week 2, Unified 2026 Journey. And the week that we are starting, chapter name is Recognizing Your Higher Self's Name. And it is briefly telling us about our own connection um, or our own presence beyond this body. So, the first week practice was to recognize the pulsation, the love feeling, or the source of love, God's love, in our heart space. And we have done enough practice to recognize it easily. And then giving those God qualities to ourselves that is present and is felt for for everything that we look out, we wonder, we ponder. And when it comes to us, the same quality, we have a lot of hesitations and questions to our own self. So let those questions arise, let those doubts come on the surface, because these are the initial time we are making that connection strong. And with part one, we will help ourselves a lot in that matter, where we will easily enjoy the God qualities within us. So any resistance means that we are going deeper, and there is a false ego afraid of losing itself, and that is where we want to continue to enjoy the beauty beyond um, what we call a fear. So conquer the fear and enjoy your um, journey further. So with that, we will start chapter reading today. And also, I would like to let you all know that I have to travel to India for 2 weeks, at least, for a family emergency. So I won't be available, but the whole team is here to continue the journey together. And we'll be back soon and we'll continue further. So, just for this moment, as we want to connect with the book, read the book, hold the book closer to you and close your eyes. Connect with chapter 2 and Babaji's guidance in terms of energies. His love for all of us is shared in this book for us to guide ourselves to become our own higher self, to recognize our wholeness so that we can live it. Breathe in and breathe out with the book, and connect to Babaji's consciousness as it wants to guide us as per week 2. Anything that is not clear, help me find my answers. I'm ready to listen the answers within me. Thank you, Babaji, for guiding us on this journey of self-realization. Thank you, everybody, for connecting. You may open your eyes now. So I would like to invite Shaileshji today for chapter reading, beautiful explanation, and a lot of joy in understanding this particular chapter we would share together. Yeah. Welcome, Shaileshji.
Thank you, Preeti. Thank you. And I wish you comfortable and safe travel. Take care of yourself. We will continue. We will continue the journey and keep including you. in our sessions every day. So
Thank you. Thank you.
just,
Volume is okay. Somebody saying volume is low. I am hearing him properly.
yeah. Um, really, is it that low? Is it my volume or was it Preeti's volume?
No, it's yours. They're
My
responding when
volume?
you. Mm.
No, it's
But I
fine,
can hear.
sir. It's
Yeah,
fine.
I
The
can.
both volumes are fine. Maybe
Okay.
they need to do it on their device.
Yeah,
Yeah.
increase your
Okay.
volume.
So after our previous session that you have attended, I did some adjustments to my microphone settings because Preeti used to tell me that there's a lot of background noise that they get. So I did some adjustment to my microphone. That's why I wanted to confirm.
And people are
Uh,
saying that it's lower than the previous days.
yes,
Yeah,
probably it will be a
it
little.
was initially very low. I
Uh,
kept it on full. I had to increase my
uh,
full volume, but now it's perfect. Thank you.
all right. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So, all right. So let us start with the reading of the chapter and explanation of the chapter. So, uh, let me summarize a little bit before we get there. I'm going to share the book PDF as usual from the website that we have. So in the app, you will see it like this. And let's start like that. Okay. So um, the name of the chapter is Recognizing Your Higher Self's Name. So far in the book, in our first chapter, we have learned to connect with the heart. Um, Based on our earlier experiences, what we did was we helped um, the participants with the 24 days of special meditations to be ready for the first chapter, where connecting with the heart used to be the most difficult aspect for many, many people. Right. So what we did was we did the preparation meditations to help everyone connect with the heart. And that you will begin to now see through the rest of the chapters how important that part is, how important it is for us to be able to recognize that we are not in the heart and then move into the heart, or rather shift our awareness to the heart center. So that is what we learned in the first chapter, right? Connecting with the heart, and then several activities that we were doing throughout the day through using the activity workbook, the exercises that the chapter had asked for. Now, in this chapter, what we are now going to do is, since now we are able to connect with the heart, we are now going to start exploring a bit more about ourselves. Whatever we are calling as heart, we have started to feel it, but what is it? That is what we are now going to learn about. We will be giving it a name through the chapter as we read through. We begin to identify it, receive a name, specific name for it. In every individual will have their own name. And likewise, we start the introduction, I would call it, right? When you meet someone that you have not known, when you meet them, you begin to introduce yourself and they introduce themselves, and the interaction starts happening. So this is what we are going to do in this chapter, giving the big picture perspective of the whole book. In the first part, the first 8 weeks, our focus is on setting the foundation of various aspects that help us exist in harmony, make our life slightly simpler. This is what we are going to be doing in the first part, right? So the very basics of um, our existence. So the fundamentals, I would say, foundation for our next parts. Then in part two, what we will be doing is we will be learning the techniques of manifestation, understanding manifestation itself, what it is, and how do you manifest deliberately, consciously. And in the third part, we will then learn how to then feel your own expansion in reality. Right? Connect with your own expansion in reality. So that aspect of it, in this chapter, we are going to talk about our own expanded existence. Right? So with that little introduction, let me start reading this chapter. Now, those all of you who have the books with you will not see these graphics that you are seeing here on the screen right now. These graphics were created using the AI by me long ago. This was like about 2.5 years ago when I was doing the translation work. At that time, I felt the book was very um, um, dry. A little more interest was required. So for each chapter, I gave the requested the AI to create a graphic relevant to the topic of the chapter. So you will find these graphics very interesting. Somewhat they are abstract also, but just enjoy these graphics. So what the author says here, you have experienced love in your heart, the gentle pulsation of creation in your heart. It is in the heart that we are connected to all of creation. And it is the love you feel that is the connector. So now, once you have experienced the pulsation, now he's saying what is the significance of that feeling the heart? He says it is in the heart that we are connected to all of creation. So that is the connection of our existence, the physical one, to rest of the creation, our connection, right? That's how we get connected. And it is the love you feel that is the connector. So what is actually connecting us? The love. The love that you feel when you connect with your heart, that love is what connects us to rest of the creation. Rest of the creation means not just this earth, this planet, the entire creation. Every corner of the universe, we are connected to it. It may be um, some few thousand light years ago away from us, but we are connected. And we not only are connected, but we feel the effect of what's happening there, and what we are doing here is felt there as well, right? So that is the meaning of the connection. That love is far more than a connector, though. So now he's explaining what that love is. For love is the common denominator of everything and everyone. Love is the common denominator of everything and everyone. That means living and non-living. Everything, the common denominator is love. So very quietly he has introduced everything into this. Everyone we can easily relate, love and living beings. But he is introducing that everything in here. That means it may be a stone on the street. That is a creation of love. Its common denominator is love only, right? That allow these thoughts to settle down within, right? These are critical components of our understanding in arriving at a harmonious living in the existence, right? These are blocks that we have, unconscious blocks, right? So the science will one day find that common denominator, which Einstein called the unified field. So Einstein, in his research, defined something called unified field. So from scientific perspective, what he said unified field was a common denominator. So from scientific perspective, he said For the entire existence, there is a field called unified field. It's unified, right? And what the author here is saying, it is love, God's love, which is that unified field. So he's saying what Einstein called as the unified field is actually love, God's love. He's adding to it God's love. In the previous chapter, we understood, right? God is love and I am love. This is the clarification on that, how I am love, the same very love which God is, because the entire creation has the common element in everything is love. So, when you sat quietly last week and allowed your attention to be with your heart, you experienced love, God's love, your love, everyone's love. It's the same love, right? And that is what you experienced when you connected with your heart. Throughout the last week during your practices, whenever you were connecting with the heart, the love that you were feeling, mm, you felt like crying without reason. That's basically feeling of love, that love which expresses without language. That's the feeling of love. So, what he's saying is that is God's love, your love, and everyone's love. It's the same love, right? So, it's not just God's love and my love, it's everyone's love. This aspect important here. Now, he's expanding. You experience the substance from which the entire creation is made, right? For understanding, he's calling it a substance. Actually, it's not a substance, it's really uh, a field. Uh, for lack of a better word, I would rather call it energy field, right? You experience the entire creation actually. So because the entire creation is created out of it, so whenever you experience love, you are actually experiencing the entire creation. The if you think there is an edge to the universe, that edge is also what you are experiencing when you are in the art space. That's how beautiful this whole learning is. Through this learning and our ability to feel, we can expand our mental capacity. So that's this one. Then he says, it is this simple experience that now leads you to the profound. Now, this simple experience will lead you to the profound. What is that simple experience? Feeling the heart, right? Being in the heart, feeling the pulsation. At least from your vantage point now, it is profound. So for now, you will find that thing to be profound, where you are leading into. However, as your experience and knowledge unfold, it won't seem profound at all. Once you begin to stay with it, experience it more, it will not feel, oh, okay. You will settle down, right? Right now, so many people are saying that, oh, I could feel the pulse. I was crying for no reason. All these things, they feel very profound to us, right? Because now your knowing is opening and many things you begin to know. When I say knowing is opening, that means you are actually learning that aspect of yourself which was so far suppressed and closed. That aspect of ourselves is all knowing intelligence. We will learn about it later on. And the glimpses of that all knowing is what you are finding now within through your thoughts, through sudden coincidences. Oh, I never thought like this. This is a better way to think about such and such aspect of life. That deeper knowing is actually your own knowledge, which is now beginning to open. Your all knowing intelligence is beginning to show its signs when you are connecting to the heart. That is the reason. So what he's saying, however, as your experience and knowledge unfold, it won't seem profound at all. It will be simple and natural, easy and unflashy. Pay attention to the word unflashy, right? He says easy and unflashy, no jargon. It won't um, sparkle or anything like that. It will be easy and simple. Yet, if you knew now what you will experience in this course, it would seem profound. Right now, it will seem very profound. Oh, in this course, I'm going to learn all that. I'm going to experience all that. Once you experience it, it won't feel this profound. So, essentially, his use of the word profound, as I have comprehended, is that the human attraction towards magical things, right? That when something happens out of beyond our imagination, we call it a chamatkar, right? Magic. And that, in terms of knowledge, it's called profound. And that experience today we don't see as a possibility, or we can't even imagine how can all people on this planet live peacefully in a state of total love. How is it possible? We think that the mind will never agree with it. But once you are in that state, you will begin to feel it. And then it will feel, oh, this is actually the normal. Then those other states will begin to feel foreign. They will begin to feel um, incomplete to us. Right? That's the understanding that I have from here. So for now, it might be easier to differentiate between the terms lower self and higher self. So now he is introducing us to those terms, lower self and higher selves. That is, of course, inaccurate. We are one self, we in totality. So, furthermore, our one self is one with everything and everyone else. We are all that same love. We are all one. We are all connected. So, several things he is basically saying. He's actually making us. Um, did we miss something in the last paragraph? Sorry. Or all right, sorry. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Why we are not really connecting here? Sorry. So let's go back here. In the first lesson, you learned that your beautiful physical body is just a small portion of yourself. The rest of your self is made of the love you experienced. So we have already started experiencing that part of us which is beyond the body, which we had so far not never paid attention to. We never tried connecting with because senses cannot see it. Whatever our senses can see as our boundary, we think that's who we are, right? So now, when we start connecting to the heart, we experience that part of us which is beyond the body. And he says, your physical body is just a small portion of yourself. The rest of yourself is made of the love you experienced, as is all of the creation, right? So you experience that part of you which is made of love and which is also the same love that creates everything in creation. And that's how everything is connected, right? So what he's saying, since you can now feel that love, you can use it as a connection to rest of yourself. Now, just a, for a mental understanding, think about it. When I am made of love and everything else in the creation is made of love, I am basically part of the same big element, the same thing. So, love is the connector, love is connecting everything, and also everything else is me. It's my expansion. That tells you about how infinite your existence is, beyond the body. And you can feel it, you can connect to it just through the heart. Heart is that's why we call it, heart is the gateway to our expansion, our expanded existence. So that is what you begin to do this week. So now in this week, what we are going to do, connection to rest of yourself. We are beginning to now do the connection. So now let's get to this. So for now, what we are doing, we will divide our total existence into two parts, lower self and higher self. Okay? Just for convenience. But we have to always remember that it is inaccurate. We are just one self. Furthermore, our one self is one with everything and everyone. Our one self is one with everything and everyone. Right? And we are all that same love. We are all one. We are all connected. These, when you do your self-reading, stay at each one of these small portions of the sentence and feel it. That when you read here that we are all that same love, just stay there, feel it in your heart center. When you are centered and you are reading this, you can actually feel it. We are all one. You can actually feel that oneness. We are all connected, part of that oneness, right? These things are going to help us feel the language. That's how I would suggest when you read, spend some time there, sitting in your heart state and feeling it. That is a difficult concept to understand so long as you perceive only your physical body. So when till such time we perceive just this physical body, it is difficult to even accept the concept that I have an expanded existence and I'm giving it a name called the higher self. So the concept of higher self is now emerging from this. It's beyond the physical body, right? So you do seem separated and you experience separation because we use our five senses to even experience our consciousness. We use the five senses. We feel ourselves limited to the boundary of the body, physical, right? That's why we call it physical existence, where everything has a shape, everything has a boundary. And that's what gives us the experience or the realization of separation. If the boundary was not there, we will never feel separated. Think of a drop. When the drop is outside, it has a boundary, it has a shape. When it goes into the ocean, it becomes the ocean. It is no more a drop. It doesn't have that shape. That's how we are. So when we become a drop or the body, we feel separation. This is what he is explaining here, right? As long as you know your higher self and lower self are false terms, so knowing this is important that these are false terms, we will use them, right? We are using these two terms only for mental clarity. They will help you in this stage of your unfoldment. So just knowing is important, right? That we are just for convenience, we are using these terms, a higher self and lower self. Remember, never forget that term self there. Both these have got the term self, which is me, right? So your higher self has never lost touch with its God qualities. So now he is telling a little more about that aspect of us which we have not known yet. That higher self has never lost touch with its God qualities. In the first chapter, we learned about God qualities, right? Unlike your lower self. So that's what separates the higher self and lower self. This is the key. That knowing of the God qualities got lost when we limited ourselves to the body. We limited ourselves, right? And limiting creates that separation. We separated from even the God qualities, right? We lost touch with God qualities, right? Your higher self knows everything. It is everywhere present. These are the God qualities we know, right? From the previous chapter, that God is all-knowing intelligence and God is omnipresent, right? Omniscient and omnipresent. These are the two qualities which he says your higher self also has the same. It is love personified. Such beautiful words he has used here. Just pay attention to these words. It is love personified, your higher self. We are now talking about yourself, your own higher self, and he's calling it, it is love personified. And it longs to reunite your whole being. That's how much love it has. It longs to reunite your whole being. That means it wants the lower self and higher selves to be reunited. Think of the term reunited, right? It's actually one only. We have separated it in thought. And that's why he is using the term reunite. So we have to drop that barrier and the unification automatically unfolds. So it constantly feeds thoughts to you about your nature. Now, this is what will answer some of your questions. Why do I get such thoughts? Some things that I keep ignoring, but they keep coming to me. This is what your higher self is doing. It nudges you into more perfect right action. It nudges you to take certain actions, right? It doesn't direct you, but it nudges you, right? Nudges means it gives you suggestions. Maybe you want to try this. It doesn't give you instructions. It is always there as your servant to lead you to a life of love, abundance, and safety. It wants, that's what it longs for you, to be unified, and in that unified state, experience a life of love, abundance, and safety. That's where it is constantly pushing each one of us. And since each one of us is unique and so very different, the suggestions for each one of us are different. Our higher self gives tailor-made solutions to us. For me, I get the suggestions which are perfect for me, may not apply to you. Right? That's the significance of our higher self, connecting with higher self. That it is, I'm not receiving generic knowledge, I'm receiving knowledge which is needed for me at this point in my existence. Right? So that's the beautiful part of this thing. Okay. So you experience the voice of your higher self all the time. Unfortunately, your own false fears and imaginations drown it out. So that voice you have been hearing all the time. But your false fears, your own false fears. So every word here is very important. Your own, so you own those fears and they are false. All the fears are actually false. And imaginations, they are also false. They drown the voice of your higher self. They are so pronounced in your mind that you do not hear the feeble suggestions coming from behind. Now you will begin to isolate that voice. So we are now As we progress, we will begin to separate the two. That noise from the mind, the noise of fear, and the suggestions coming from the higher self. Gradually, it will get louder. Gradually, you will rely on its wisdom because it is the source of perfect knowledge for you, specific knowledge for you. And also, it is timely. That knowledge may change with time because your situation will change. So, that is always the perfect knowledge you need at that point in time. It knows everything and has only one goal, that you will live a happy, fulfilled, and abundant life. What else anyone would want, right? We all want to have a happy, fulfilled, and abundant life. And that is also the goal. It has only one goal of the higher self. That's all it wants, right? So the want of higher self is felt by each one of us as an embedded desire. So the higher self wants, and that appears as my desire. I don't know where it is coming from, but I know that I want to live a life of happiness, abundance, and a fulfillment of everything, right? That's the life I want. And so it is coming from higher self whose whose singular goal is that only. That's what it wants all the time. So now he is giving us some more aspects to consider for our higher self, and that is that your higher self has a name. This week, you learn that name. So for this, in this week, we will learn about the name. As with last week, sit quietly for 5 to 10 minutes with your attention focused in the heart. So heart center. Feel the love, feel the pulsations, particularly feel that love energy radiate out from your heart. So this should not be new to any one of us now. By now, we should have the practice of doing this thing. It will permeate every cell in your body. So this is something you have to then feel. When you are radiating that energy, when you are radiating love, feeling the love and radiating it from the heart, you should also feel the permeate that love permeate through every cell of the body, the physical body, right? That sensation, you have learned about it. Sensing every cell of the body, we already know. So now let the love permeate through every cell of the body. It will permeate every cell in your body. It will saturate everything around you. Not just the body, but everything around you will get saturated with the love that you are radiating. Be with that feeling. If thoughts come, let them bubble up. Don't resist them. Just feel the happy, joyful, blissful love. So he's basically telling us the fundamental of quiet period. This is what we need to do every time we start our quiet period practice. So just feel the happy, joyful, blissful love. Sitting quiet, being in the heart center, radiate love and permeate it through every cell of the body, and then sit in that feeling of it. So, while you are enjoying the feeling of love, say these words: My beautiful higher self, please give me my name now. Pay attention, we are asking for my name here. We are asking the higher self. First thing is, the first time we are calling it a higher self, my beautiful higher self, please give me my name. The word my is very important here. This is coming out of the self component of higher self and lower self. That self component, that means what we are saying, give me my name means the higher self is also me only. So the name of my higher self is my name as well, right? The name that I know of mine, the name Shailesh, for example, is the name of my lower self. But in my total existence, I can assign a name, I can receive a name of my higher self as my name. So that's the importance of this particular request to higher self. The first time you are going to request higher self for something, the name will be revealed to you. So in that state of love and happiness that you are sitting there quietly, the name will be revealed to you. It may be a name you are familiar with, such as John, Mary, or Joshua, or it may be an unfamiliar group of syllables, such as Ami, Anasia, Konar, or Samatri. These may not make any sense, just a collection of alphabets. And don't resist a name you identify with a master. It may also be that you receive the name of a master, such as Jesus, Buddha, Babaji, or Confucius. Your mind, when these names appear as the name of your higher self, if they appear, your mind will immediately raise a question. How can it be? How can my higher self be Buddha? Mind will say, right? So do not question any name that appears. Someone shared with us in the Hindi group that they received the name of a fruit, and that's perfectly okay. Later on, as we grow, we start to understand the significance of those syllables, or that combination of letters, or the sound that word produces. Okay, so do not question it, do not deliberate on it, just accept whatever name comes to you at that time. Okay, and throughout the week, every day, because when you will be doing this practice, the name will you will establish a consistent name uh, for your higher self, or it's your name for the higher self. The name appears to you as a persistent thought. You might hear it audibly, you might see its letters, it might just be a comfortable thought, just a comfortable thought. So it could be vision of few letters, it could be a hearing a name, or just a knowing, inner knowing. When it comes, write it down. Then, in your next quiet period, notice if the same name comes to you. By the end of the week, the name of your higher self will be quite familiar to you. You will begin to develop familiarity with it. Um, some people, like in the Hindi group, I have seen that almost half the people have not received a name yet, right? They still have 4 more days of practice. Uh, it doesn't matter really. If for any reason you have not received a name, do not get stuck on it. You can still call your higher self by the name higher self, right? I did that for quite some time. And then the name actually appeared one day on its own. So do not let that thing hold you up. First thing is allow, do not anticipate a name, just allow and request for a name. Once you have requested, don't do any analysis, don't do any expectation, none of that. Allow whatever is coming, whatever that comes, and your knowing will tell you that that's the name. And then just make a note of that name, no analysis, and do your practice the next day, the day after. And once you are doing it by end of the week, the consistency of that name appearing again and again will tell you exactly what that name you can continue to use in your future practices. Okay, so you become familiar with the name. Now it is perfectly natural for you to doubt at this stage. Um, at this stage, you may have doubts, right? Of course, don't feel you need to doubt. although it is not necessary to doubt, but naturally you may have some doubts. But if you are uncertain, don't worry about it. Just continue to do these exercises. Soon those doubts will melt away and you won't even remember them. So, supposing you get a name, Mexico. Now, that name doesn't make any sense to you, doesn't relate to anything. Your mind will not accept it. But if you still continue to get the same name in every session, you will become familiar with it. Your mind will begin to recognize it, right? So that's the purpose of repeatedly having 7 days of exercise, that your mind begins to become familiar with it, right? So that name will start feeling more natural to you. In the first instance, it may seem very odd because we are not familiar with the name of that nature, right? That's what it is. The quiet period can be up to 15 minutes this week. If you are enjoying the feeling of love, you can have your quiet period as long as 15 minutes also. If the feeling of love goes away and you feel edgy or anxious, lie down for a few minutes. So if you're not able to sit all the way through for 15 minutes, you feel a little uncomfortable, just lie down and relax. In addition to your regular quiet period of love each day, so this quiet period that we have learned so far is the quiet period of love each day. Read this week's text slowly, understanding each sentence. So this is the second thing that he is asking us to do. In addition to the quiet period, read. We know that we have to do it every week consistently. Throughout the day this week, whenever you think about it, say I am love and I send love to a name. Whenever you remember, so this is the third thing that we have to do. Throughout the day, during the week, whenever we remember, we have to say this internally. I am love and I send love to name of someone. You can, so whose name? You can send love to another person, a plant, a dog, a situation, or anything. So these examples are basically, it could be uh, a living being, a person, animal, bird, fish, whatever, or a non-living. Non-living, what example this is? A situation. You think of, you hear about floods in some place. That is a situation. You can send love to a situation as well. Or anything which could be an object of any type. Could be your car, could be your house, could be the bike standing on the street, anything, right? You can, now that is the type of the name of what name you will bring into that sentence throughout the day, and it could be different names at different times, right? Right now you are cooking, and during cooking you get this thought, okay, I am love and I send love to maybe that ladle that you are holding in your hand, or maybe that the burner that you are using for cooking, anything, right? And later on during the day, you are um, driving to a place, you can, at that time, you can say, I am love and I send love to my car, or I send love to that street light, right? Whatever. Um, you can send it a few feet. So, like you can send your love to your immediate vicinity or across the continent. So, there is no limitation to the distance here, is what he's saying. Feel the love go from your heart to wherever you are sending it. So, whenever you are saying this sentence, I am love and I send love to Shailesh, don't worry that Shailesh is in Canada, right? It is going, and feel it radiating from your heart at that time. When you are saying the sentence, also feel it, right? This is the meaning here. Know that this is not just a mental exercise. You are actually transmitting love energy, energy that definitely dissolves problems. Such a beautiful definition for love energy, right? It definitely dissolves problems. Think about it. In how many different ways we can express love. Love is what dissolves problems. And he's using the word definitely. There should be no doubt about it. So this week, during quiet moments before going to sleep, now this is the other step for this week. Before going to sleep, give a few words of thanks to your higher self for its guidance and love. So now, in the bedtime practice, we are going to reconnect with our higher self and give be grateful for its being there and for the guidance it provides to you. Acknowledge that you are there and I receive your guidance, that acknowledgement. Then transmit your love energy wherever you choose. With after being grateful to your higher self, you have actually raised your vibration. And then in that state, you can then send love to wherever you want to, you choose to. And then go to sleep transmitting that love to whomever, whatever person, place, anything, or any situation. Just in that state of transmitting that love, go to sleep. So that's the explanation part of the chapter from me. I hope the content of the chapter makes some sense for all of you now. So any immediate questions that you may have, you can raise your hand. Um, Otherwise, we will go into the quiet period practice part for today. It seems simple, right? So, yeah. Yes, Sheelamji, you can unmute.
Vandan to all. It's a very beautifully explained chapter, Shaileshji. I just want to ask, last year when I did this course, at this juncture, somehow the name came to me,
Hmm.
and when to my higher self, please make me feel your presence. A gentle breeze came on my face.
Hmm.
But before starting the session, I was trying to read it a couple of times
Hmm.
and I didn't get anything. So
Hmm.
will that name which came in my mind last time, will it be the same?
Um, I really can't predict that. You have to go through the experience, but do not anticipate what you experienced in the past. Why? Because you are not the same.
Okay.
Remember, you have changed over the 1 year period, right?
Yeah.
Now you are not the same Sheelam that was there a year ago. So you may experience totally a different experience.
Mm.
So that's the reason why he says, do not anticipate anything. Okay?
Okay.
Just allow whatever comes, right? And it could be a different name. And that should not baffle you. Okay? Now I have a
So it,
different name
when
to my
that
higher side.
we are concentrating and going, it comes that time?
Yes, in your quiet period. When you are in that state of love, when you are heart centered, in that state of love, that's when you will ask your higher self, my dear higher self, please give me my name. So when you ask for the name, at that time, the name will be revealed to you, right? And um, it will, the way it will come to you could be you may hear the name, you may envision the name, or just a knowing of the name,
Time it
right?
came like a reel of film,
Ah, ah,
coming.
that's we call it knowing, right? Or vision.
Yeah, yeah.
Whichever. Actually, one of the participants in the Hindi group shared that actually her daughter gave her a name. Mom, I will call you this 1 day ago, 1 day before the session. See, so there are so many ways in which messages arrive to us,
Yeah, that's true.
right? Yeah. So you just be alert and be in total open state to receive it. When you are ready to receive, it will be revealed to you, right?
Okay.
And
Thank,
it could be anything. Do not analyze that name, right?
okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, Balaji.
Atmanandan sir,
Atmavandan.
um, whenever you think about it,
Hmm.
send love. What is that it there? What are we referring to there?
The idea of sending love.
Sending love.
The the activity, yes. This is
Yeah.
basically it is the activity.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
And uh, we have all spent a lot of time on Earth. We have spent a lot of time under the influence of the mind,
Hmm.
and mind plays a lot of tricks.
Hmm.
So we all have a nice ego also. So
Hmm.
I would like to be Krishna, I'd like to be Mahatma Gandhi or whatever.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
how do I distinguish the names that mind is going to throw at me, which is the right
Hmm.
one and which isn't?
So the way I distinguish it, I from my own experience of learning these things, the first thing that appears will always come without an iota of doubt. You won't have doubt, right? That is always a message from the heart, from the higher self, right? You won't have, it will not come with a doubt, right? It will come to you just like that. You will have a knowing also. You will know within that that's the name. And
Bija
usually
better
the
than-
first thing, usually the very first thing that you get is what you need. That's the name, right? So uh, mind takes time to kick in. Don't allow that. Whatever comes first, just hang on to it. It could be any piece of information, any word, right? Just take it, accept it. All right, because ultimately it's only a connection. It's just a sound that you will use for addressing, and not even a sound. Actually, you will be actually mentally addressing your own self. Okay, is that clear, Balaji? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Thank
good,
you.
good. Thank you. Yes, Priyanka ji, you can unmute. Yeah.
Atmanandan, sir.
Atmavandan.
While I was listening to the chapter, I had come across few questions. I don't know what they are. So my first question is, does heart space expand or it is already whole and we just become aware?
Hmm. Yes, your second part is correct. Yes, it
Okay.
is infinite, right? When they imagine what is the meaning of infinite. Infinite means that which doesn't have a fine a
Boundary.
finish,
Mhm.
right? So that's infinite. So how can it expand? It is
Right.
already expanded. There is no space for it to expand anymore, right? If there was even little more space, it would have already expanded. So
We
that's what
all
we call
have,
as heart space.
so we
Yeah.
all have infinite heart space
Mm.
and we are
Yes.
connected.
Naturally, in one is think about it. In one box, you fit whatever you fit in there, and that's the end of everything. Will anything remain separate there? It will all get together, right? So your higher self and my higher self are coexisting together.
So are they different?
Think
Your
about it. Can they be different? This is something for you to search within. Try and search because you have to know it by feeling, not by my saying something. Feel it. You will begin to feel it, right? That's how we can feel anyone. Think about like when your friend is thinking of you, you also get a thought of the same very friend and you just get on the phone with them. And they say, "Oh, I was thinking of you yesterday." How does that happen? because of the connection, we call it, right? Connection is for us to understand in physical terms, because we use the mind to know things, right? And mind knows physical, so we have to say connection, right? But actually it's all already one. We have broken it mentally, we have separated it, and now we are connecting it. So that's a mental thing only. Reality is
Mm.
that everything is just one.
Mm.
You get the point? So in
Yes, I do.
reality, there is nothing separate. And you can feel it actually. You can experience it. When you are in your heart space, you probably have already felt it. That you don't feel any difference with anything. That's just a feeling part of it. And it cannot be put in words, cannot be explained. You won't be able to express it. But just enjoy it. Just that knowing. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
And my second question was, after death, what happens to the heart space? Does it stay, or we become the ocean?
Hmm. Who dies?
The body?
That's
Body
it.
death.
Huh. But the one
Rest,
who
everything
was
remains the same.
everything, it has nowhere to go. Where will it go? It is integrated with everything in existence. It has nowhere to go. It takes time to digest this. But when you begin to feel from your heart center, you will begin to understand, yes, that is awakening.
Okay.
It is just like the chapati you create every day. You first create it, you love its smell, you actually appreciate every aspect of it, then consume it. It becomes one with you. Where is it? It's gone. But it is part of you only. It came out of you and it went in you. Just like that. It's just like bubbles in water. They just appear from within and then disappear and remain there.
It's a
Physicality is
very
all
deep thought.
all in the mind. Yes.
And one more question. During the bedtime, I mean, while going to sleep, they are saying that we have to transmit your love energy wherever you choose. So
Hmm.
why are we doing this? I mean, in the first
Think about
chapter,
it.
we were thinking all the God qualities
Yeah.
are mine. Now we are transmitting that.
Hmm.
So,
Yes.
in particular, what is the reason?
Think about it. Like, forget the love energy. Think about money.
Hmm.
I am saying you give money to this charity. What is the first requirement that you have? You have to first have the money.
Correct.
If you don't have money, you can't give, right? So,
Right.
first of all, to transmit that love, you have to generate the love within, right? And you can't generate love, remember, you are love.
Yes.
So, first thing you have to do is go into your heart center and become the love.
Okay.
And when you become the love, transmission is just a natural thing, it will automatically start flowing.
Hmm.
That's who you are. Your nature, your essence is love. It
Yep.
will flow. You won't even find any difficulty at all in radiating love, right? Radiating love again is just a thought. You, when you lie down, where will you be? You can't do anything physically, right? You are going to do it in the mind only. It's just a thought.
Yep.
But that thought will bring your physical awareness to the state of love. So your vibration goes up. And in that vibration of love, it doesn't matter who you send it to. You are in that state. That is more important. And you go to sleep. The whole night, your existence stays at that level of vibration. And in the morning, when you wake up, you are just love only, right? All the bedtime practices, what is important about a bedtime practice? Why do we have a bedtime practice? The very purpose of bedtime practice is that it's like in the evening you return from work, you park your car in the garage. You park it in such a way that in the morning it is ready for you to take off. Again, you don't just leave it on the just like that anywhere, right? And in the morning keep struggling to, oh, how do I make this thing work? You park it properly. That's how you park your existence in the night. You park it in a way that in the morning it's ready for me to take off.
Okay.
That's the significance of bedtime practices.
Mm.
And every time, and bedtime practice ensures also one more thing, that once in a day at least you will go to sleep, right? So at least once in a day you will practice raising your vibration to that level,
Mm.
bare minimum, right? And these practices actually are important. Repetition of any activity, even thinking, creates a pattern within. And slowly and gradually, you will be surprised, it's going to embed in your subconscious just because of repetition.
Okay.
And then in the night, if I come and shake you, Priyanka, you will say, oh, I am love. Your subconscious will have that already. I am love. I am light. I am unified. That's how your subconscious gets trained. It's reprogramming. And
Okay.
then when your subconscious, remember, your subconscious is driving your day. The next day, your subconscious will start from that place. I am love. I am unified. When your subconscious is behaving from that platform, what will be your behavior? Your behavior, everything you do during the day will come from that place of love. And you will create love. Your behavior coming from the state of love will manifest love, nothing else. That's how important these things are. They seem very simple steps, right? A mundane routine exercise, but it is not. It is very scientific. So, uh, all that we need to do is, because it is simple, we can do it, right? Every night, just do it. Initially, it may seem very mechanical. That's okay. Mind will say, oh, kya yaar, do I have to do this again? Yes, we have to do this again. Let's do it. Come into that state of happiness. Yes, let's do it, right? Then your mind starts cooperating.
So just we need to think these thoughts. We don't need to, I mean, do a quiet
You
practice
can, you cannot do anything but think, right? That's
after the quiet
thought.
practice and then
Or everything, yes, everything that we are going to do in this book will be through thinking only. We are working on the mind. We are using the mind to transcend the mind. Mind, without mind, this body cannot operate, right? And we are in the body. There is no denial. This is truth. We are in the body. And we have now what tools do we have? We have a mind, a physical body, and then knowledge. With these tools, how can I transcend the mind? That's the entire objective. And so we are going to use the mind to transcend the mind, right? You know that all metallic tools, you use the tools to create more tools, right? You use diamond to cut the diamond. That's how it is. So we are going to use the mind to go beyond the mind. That's the ultimate, right? We are doing that. We don't get swayed away by simplicity of these procedures. They seem very simple. Oh, how ये इतना आसान है. Why did I not do it so far? Don't go there. Go through it, and you will automatically discover, well, yes, the nature is not complex. It is simple. We make it complicated. And that is drifting away from God qualities. That is the meaning of that. So we'll stop making jalebi. We'll make straight, ekdam straight. Good.
Yeah.
Acha. Achala ji, I have a request because today's quiet period practice will be led by Neha ji, and she is in Singapore. It's too late for them. Shall we first do the practice and then we'll get back to our discussion? Okay. All right. Good. So thank you. We'll first do the quiet period practice, and then we will get back to questions. I have all the time, so I can sit with you guys for long. We will let Nehaji leave because she has a family and it's too late for them in the night, right? Okay.
It's okay.
So
I'm enjoying all the questions and answers. And I have lots to say, but I will let everyone answer themselves. So,
thank you.
namaste, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed the chapter explanation as much as I did, and how Shailesh ji has taken our attention to those small little details and explained it. I think that is something we need to focus at while reading the book. And through this, when this I read this chapter, I understand so much lies behind a name. So much lies behind a name. And a name is not just a bunch of alphabets. We must always feel the name. And just imagine if the connection with our own name is like that. Just imagine how much love we will feel for every name that we hear. And this feeling is what leads us to our expansion, our communion with the rest of the creation. So today we'll start our practice with heart centering, and then we'll also feel our pulsations. We'll repeat the God qualities, feeling them lovingly, loving repetition. It's clearly written, recognizing them within us, and then remembering this feeling as the signal of higher self alone. And this love will bind us more with our higher self. This is the bonding we are creating with our higher selves. So if you read where it is written that while you are enjoying this feeling of love, so enjoying the feeling of love is very, very important. Not just asking something randomly. You must feel it and ask lovingly. See the choice of words there. And it doesn't say when we enjoy the feeling of words, ask. It says say, my beautiful higher self, please give me my name now. So asking and saying, they are two different things. Yes, we are asking, but inside, since it's us only, higher self and lower self. So we are saying, it's going to come something exists within us. It will be revealed to us. No, it is not given to us. It will be revealed to us because it exists. So this will make it very easier for us that we first feel and then realize that name. So rest of it, I will guide you. So let's do it together. Let's feel this together. Let's stay alert. Let's prepare for our quiet period practice. You may want to drink some water or something. You can do so. You can dim the lights of your room. Be comfortable wherever you're sitting. Take a moment. Completely come to this moment. Completely being gentle with yourself as much as you can. No force, no exertion. You are happily sitting here out of love for yourself. Eyes will close on its own. Hands will relax on its own. Body will listen to you. As soon as you tune in with your breath. Take a deep breath in and out. Exhale and inhale. Slowly, deeply, at your pace, effortlessly. See your body relaxing. You can feel it. Completely melting in the space you are sitting. Centering into your own heart by itself. You are not really doing anything. Just coming in terms with this feeling that already is there, this pulsation. This pulsation connects us with the entire creation. Notice it. We have not created this calmness. It was already there. You've not created this feeling of peace. It's already there. You've just come to the knowing of it. Embracing it as something which is always present with you in all times. All that mental chatter, those questions, the answers, and all those words in your jaw, just settle. Notice this feeling of love radiating from your heart. to every cell of your body. It's not a single cell which is not vibrating in love, in peace, in joy. It's already there. It's your inheritance. So we don't have to keep looking for it outside. We just need to know it. Come to the knowing of it. It reveals by itself. Notice when you go out in nature, sit beside the ocean, or watch a beautiful sunset. How deeply you feel connected on its own. You don't even have to express or say any words. Allow this feeling to expand, this pulsation of love that connects us to our entire creation, the essence from which everything is made of. Feel it. Notice when you see a child, a small baby, smile at you. Your heart just wants to hug, give love unconditionally. Because there's nothing else we can give. Only love, only warmth. We don't need words. Especially when we are on our own. Just feel the presence. Love is the common denominator of all our experiences. It's flowing in each one of us, around us. In the nature. reminding us of our nature. Because we are one self. And feel God's love, connecting everything and everyone. Feel your heart center. Feel this love and say, God is love. I am love. The same love, flowing in everything. Flowing everywhere. Even my thoughts cannot reach there. God is light. I am light. Light. The knowing that comes automatically when I need it the most. So many times we have said something and later realized, yes, it came to me before. I followed it. I took the right decision. This gentle knowing is your light. Always guiding, protecting, showing us where to go. God is happiness, joy, and bliss. I am happiness, joy, and bliss. Because that is the truth. All my fears, all my imaginations of the future or of the past are false. Because in the current moment, this present moment, nothing really exists. Accept the reality that I am love, I am joy, I am bliss. Feel this vibration, pulsation expanding. The energy in the form of love, just radiating itself on its own. You're not creating it. God is peace. I am peace in this very moment. Without the turmoil of my mind, without the constant chatter, this is what is left. God is abundance. I am abundance. Abundant opportunities exist in this very moment. And all my fears fade, and only love remains. I can witness the abundant creation of God. So many things in the nature, different leaves, different flowers, different colors of fish, different faces of people. Wow. Feel this abundance. And everything is perfect because God is perfect. I am perfect. Perfectly created by God. To enjoy the simple innocence of life. Allow this feeling to completely absorb you. Where you get the taste of your higher self. Pure. just love, joy, ready to help you, always there. Acknowledge the presence. And lovingly say, my dearest higher self, can you give me my name now? Let it reveal to you. Could be an image, a thought, or letters flashing in thoughts. See how you feel this. Can you hear your name from inside of you? Whatever comes, lovingly accept it. You may open your eyes and write it down as well. Your heart will say an instant yes to it. You will feel it. See your mind as well. It might come up with the question. It's completely fine because it is getting the taste of it for the first time. It is confused. Just gently guide with love. Soon it will be friends with this new name. So many cues that our higher self gives for our name. This feeling of love, peace, gentleness. Tells us we are connected with it all the time. The mind often forgets this connection. So a name helps to remember this feeling. Enjoy this moment of communion with your higher self and the rest of the creation. You are completely one with it. You won't even feel your body at this point. You'll only be love, that pulsation. And in this feeling, bring all the people you love in front of you. Expand this feeling. Radiate love. Because this moment you are love. It's good to keep reminding ourselves that by bringing more people in, our pets in. Think of your pet or any animal that you find cute. Allow this feeling to expand. Give love. Receiving is happening on its own. Just how effortlessly you give, you receive. You can send love to any situation. It all allows you to expand, to think that we are not this body. We are much more and beyond it. If you have the name, send love to the name by just saying, I am love, and I send love to my higher self. And in this moment of thankfulness, gratefulness, we can only think of Babaji with love. His presence is love. Enjoy this feeling. And this remembrance of yourself as love, as peace, as joy, as abundance. And now, in this expanded state, notice your little body sitting in your room. Take a deep breath in. Feel your body. Slowly, gently, a step at a time. Feel your head. You may feel a lot of vibration may be there. Feel your ears, nose, lips, the whole face, your neck, shoulders, hands, fingers. You can open, close your fingers, wriggle it a little bit. Give some movement, gentle. Feel your hips, thighs, legs, and feet. You can gently stretch them out. Feel yourself. Whenever you are ready, thank this whole experience. You can keep both of your palms on top of your eyes. And slowly, gently opening your eyes with love, ready to see the world from the eyes of love. Thank you very much, Masters. Thank you so much for this opportunity and beautiful experience. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nehaji. Thank you for this lovely meditation. I'm sure many of the masters have got the names today. Please make a note of the name that you have received today and watch for it in the next 6 days of practice that you will be doing. Those who already have a name would be able to establish, yes, that's the right one. Okay. Excellent. Anything, Nehaji, anything you would like to add to the discussion for today?
You continue, Shailesh. I'll come back in a bit. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Take, yeah. Take care. Thank you. All right. So we are ready for answering your questions. Achalaji had raised a hand earlier, so we can start with that. Achalaji, are you ready? Ah, ah.
Thank you. Thank you for this beautiful session. Thank you all. So my question, two questions I have.
Mhm.
One is when I'm aware of totality, where I feel mind and heart are one, and everything seems whole, where there is no separation between my witnessing what I'm witnessing, and it's just like the totality, the wholesomeness. So, but then again, mind arises. What is if everything is that same fiber, same love, why there is a need of what does it mean by transmitting love, where everything is love? Does love have a different force, different degree, different level of vibration to activate more of God qualities versus distorted God qualities that we see in an orphan child in the war zone, sitting by a road and crying, or the destruction of the war zone, which we can't even imagine. So that is also the totality. That is also the wholesomeness of love, because everything is love. The whole creation is as one with all different aspects. And when I'm aware of all these different aspects of the creation, the love feels like more of a compassion, as if God is sorry for creating this creation. And it's out of hand now in its beauty and in its distortion. And it's a flow. So where does this transmitting love so the fundamental question is, does love exist in different degrees?
Mm.
That we also experience when we are distorted in the feeling of trauma or unhappiness. That other aspect of love
There
feels
is no
good.
other aspect. There is no other
Meaning
aspect of love.
it is the same, but it makes us bring back to love, experiencing love.
Love is the common denominator, the most
Yes,
fundamental essence of existence. Essence of existence means everything in creation is created out of love.
yes.
The entire creation is made of love. That's the fundamental understanding we have from this chapter. And because everything is created out of love, we are all connected. Right? Now, let's address first question. I had explained this to little while ago to Priyanka ji also.
Priyanka ji, yes.
Yes. The same thing I will repeat again. Why do we transmit love? Why do we transmit love? Is because to be able to transmit love, first of all, I have to become love. Then only I can give what I have, right? If I don't
But what
have
is
love,
to transmit? We are all love.
that's a thought. You are thinking about sending love to everything and everyone around you, or any specific person, whatever, thing, anything, right? So, what are you doing? The whole process now start from the beginning. First of all, you have to come to a state of being in love. So you have to change your own state first. Center in the heart. When you are centered in the heart, you are overflowing with love. You don't really do anything to send love. You automatically start radiating love. It's just like, think of the candle. It doesn't send light anywhere. Light transmits.
So why is the step of transmitting?
The step of transmitting is, first of all, to come to the state of love. Bring your mind, your awareness to being love. This is the primary exercise is to come to the awareness of your own existence that I am love. Till such time you are in that state, you can't even transmit. So that's the purpose of this step, is to come to that state. And now the next thing is, when you are thinking of transmitting love, so it's a thought. Your mind is undergoing a transformation.
So where does the thought arise?
In your
Why
mind.
does the thought
Thought is
arise?
always in the mind. You are giving it a thought. You are deliberately giving it a thought.
What gives birth to mind? No thought. If
Um,
everything is purnata, everything is complete,
hmm, hmm,
everything is whole,
hmm.
where is the need of
You are able
giving
to
rise
feel
to the
everything
mind?
is whole. You are able to feel everything is whole, but all the readers are not. The book is written for a common reader. So when they follow these steps, they can experience what you are already experiencing. For everyone else, everything is not one yet. They haven't experienced it yet. They have to start establishing that connection by transmitting to, okay, now let me transmit my love to my car. I am establishing a connection, becoming one with my car.
Also,
And
I just want to add here, Shailesh, that we are becoming conscious of our essence as love. You know, we have a Wi-Fi router at home, but if we don't switch it on, it is not going to give the signal to any of our computers. So we are getting conscious of that essence that I am love. And this is a very easy example that whenever you sit with a calm person, you suddenly start feeling calm. You're not doing anything. That person is transmitting energy to you and you are calm. So it is happening. So you just come to the knowing of love, and then that effect happens everywhere. So before this process, we were probably sending and receiving love in a very different kind of mindset. But now we are coming to the knowing of it. Okay, we are love. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to like make it or do something, extraordinary to feel it. This is who I am. So then
Correct.
you become a transmitter automatically. That's why you become a radio, basically. So you will. So this
Right.
is, they want you to feel that
Uh,
this is what you are. This is the channel you are tuned in. So automatically you're going to, you know, give love. So when you're sending love, that question also came to me. When you're sending love, it's more about reminding yourself as being love. You are reminding yourself
mm,
that you are love. And then once it becomes, that's why repetition, and then at one stage it will be, you don't have to do this. You don't have to send love. It'll happen automatically. This is just the initial practice,
mm,
so that you are in that reminder of being love.
correct.
Yeah.
So we are turning the radio on or the Wi-Fi on. That's first step. We turn it on and then bring our awareness to something that we feel separated from. That child sitting by the side of the road in a war zone crying. We consider the child to be separate from us. So we bring our awareness to that element of the entire existence. When we bring our awareness to that specific existence, our love automatically, the radiating love automatically gets directed there. Right? You may physically be anywhere, your awareness connects. And we are training our mind to stay with the awareness.
So the whole game is of seeing everything separate from the whole, meaning this whole
We already do
process.
that. We already have the separation, and now we are learning how to reconnect that separation back to oneness. In the mind, everything is separate. Mind doesn't accept the fact that everything is one. We are now educating the mind slowly and gradually.
So when we are in the heart, meaning when the mind really resides in heart and it's all becomes one, then there is no separation. And in that wholeness, in that purnata, all just exists and everything just flows.
But that's not possible till such time you are in the body. In the body, you are in the mind. We cannot ignore the fact that we are in a physical body and we are experiencing through the mind.
So it's all about knowing.
Yes, we are training the mind to know our
Okay.
expanded self so that when we are operating in this physical realm, we are operating with a wider perspective of our existence. We are not getting rid of the mind. Mind is not the enemy. We are learning to use the mind appropriately.
Yes.
So, what did I tell Priyanka ji? We are using the mind to transcend the mind. This is part of that. How can you use your tool? When you know your tool better, you know all features of the tool. You then tune the tool to your requirements. Then the tool starts working beautifully for you. That's the important part to understand. Mind is not an enemy. Mind is integral to us. Okay. So,
Thank you.
yeah, we have to always remember whenever there's a question, we have to remember the perspective. The same thing when you look at it from limitedness of the mind will feel very different from when you see it from the openness of your heart. Same thing, but just different perspective changes the meaning of the whole thing. Right? Today, when you are in the mind, you feel kindness towards someone in trouble. When you are in the space of the heart, you feel compassion for someone in trouble. These are two very different things. Like that. So, perspective makes a big difference in our experience of the same situation. And that's what we are working on.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Experiencing the same existence differently. Being in harmony helps a lot. Right? So we have heard from all the scriptures and all the gurus and all those who have ascended, we have heard from that there is nothing but oneness. Everything is one. Okay, I don't know. How do I know? That part is what we are exploring now. How do I know? My mind has mugged it up. From whatever scripture, my mind has mugged up all the knowledge and it keeps on telling me everything is one, everything is one. But still, mind behaves in a fashion where everything is not one. Even though it knows, but it doesn't behave that way. Where is the gap? We are learning about that, right? So we have to work with the mind to bring it to an experiential understanding of that oneness. Right? So right now what we are doing, we are educating it, telling that the common essence of everything is love. And that is the universal connector. Everything is connected. That tiny fiber which is connecting everything is love. Common element, love. That's why we are connected. Then mind doesn't accept it because mind believes in separation. That's the purpose of the mind. So for mind to be able to accepting that oneness, we have to slowly and gradually give it its own logic. These are all logical things we are teaching the mind. Otherwise, oneness cannot be explained. Mind will not accept it, right? So we are slowly and gradually, one by one, teaching and through thoughts. That can happen only through thinking because that's the language of the mind. So by twisting and turning the thoughts, we are slowly and gradually tuning the mind to the right frequency. Frequency that will help us operate from the heart. Because operation in body cannot happen without the mind. We cannot operate. There is no purpose also, right? Like being in the body, the very purpose is to experience through the mind. So we are not getting rid of the mind. It's a very important tool.
So in the mind, like during meditation, suddenly, like in that beautiful qualities of God that I am, suddenly the complete opposite sides, the other on the paradox, the other side of these feelings, which is also the base, the root is love. But I call it distorted, just suddenly, like overwhelmingly clouded my mind. And yet it was experiencing this wholeness of it. At the same time, everything was like happening in the very same moment, where I was also feeling there is no witness as a separate, is also part of this whole. And so are all these perceptions of God's qualities, as well as the other side of meaning the other expressions of the same qualities, but on a paradoxal end. But yes, there is a lot that I'm realizing is processing, and it's a process. And I appreciate everybody's sahyog, contribution, energy, that I also feel, which rose the question of whether love has different degrees, like the supportive feeling from the group versus individual that we feel definitely are at different degrees. So it's all the colors of love that we just began to experience the realness of that love is overwhelming.
What you are defining as different degrees of love is definitions that mind has created for us all along, right? Mind doesn't understand love. It cannot. It's not meant to. So, because mind cannot understand it, it starts dissecting it. Okay, mother's love, father's love, husband's love, wife's love, son's love, all that. And we call it degree because some places we feel more love, some places we feel less love. However, we need to really understand it. It again has the fundamental essence is still love. The degree that you are feeling is your experience of it. You are feeling differences there. And those differences are in your mind. The essence does not change. Essence still remains that love. That love which you can feel in the heart, not in the
So,
mind.
really, the heaven of earth and the war zone situation are the one and the same.
Absolutely. They are no different. Depends on where you are watching it from. If you are looking at it from the perspective of a physical mind, the body, they will seem totally different. They cannot be same. But if you are centered in your heart and you are looking at it, you will see the same love everywhere. In either situation, you will simply feel compassion somewhere. The meaning of compassion cannot be put in words, by the way. It can only be
Yes.
experienced. It can be experienced. Kindness you can define. It's a mental creation. So you can define it. But compassion can only be experienced, cannot be written down in words. These are the differences you will begin to realize experientially because it can only be experienced. I can't even put it in words, right? Earlier, in some of my earlier sessions, I used to tell them to satisfy the mind. I used to give them some definitions of differences between compassion and kindness. Now I have stopped doing that. Right? We
Yes.
have to learn it through our own experience, right? When you are centered in the heart and you are viewing a scene from a war zone, how do you feel? Does your mind jump in and start distinguish, oh my God, how bad this thing is? People are killing. How can they do this? Right? This is mind. And your heart says that people is also me, killing is also me, experiencing is also me. Everything, that the whole thing is coming out of love. That's a love's creation. The entire creation is love. Then where is the difference? Why am I not experiencing that experience? Because I am not in the war zone. Physically, I am not there. So I can't experience the truly what's happening there. Right? And why am I not there in the war zone? Because my mind is creating that for me, what it has in it. I have simple love in my mind, and that's what I'm experiencing all around me. Some people on this planet want to experience fear. So they have such of those thoughts in their mind, and they happen to be in the war zone. Then they will
But that's
experience.
assumption.
It seems so. It seems so. Because each one of us is responsible for our own experiences. We create our own reality. War zone is reality of some people. For me, it's not a reality because I'm not creating it. But for some people, it is a reality. Floods are a reality for some people. But not everybody on the planet is experiencing floods at that time because each one has a different reality. Can you deny that fact? Right? In the same house, there are 5 members. One gets infected with virus. All of them don't get infected with virus. Why? Each one has a different reality creation from the mind. These are facts in front of us. We don't accept them. But every time I explain the chapters, I get even deeper clarity. Trust me on this one, that each time I explain, I get deeper and deeper clarity. So what I personally found was when I read the chapter, I just read it. But when I explain it, it goes very deep. So maybe you guys can try, just for your experiment's sake, read the chapter as if you are explaining to Shailesh. You have to explain it to me, right? When you are reading, think that, okay, now you are running this chapter explanation session for Shailesh or the whole team. And then you sit down and explain the chapter. If you read it that way, you will see how deep it goes inside. Every
I
word
will
will start
definitely
meaning.
try.
Yeah, try it and you will feel that the words are becoming to starting to give you a meaning. We did this experiment last year. Um, we took a break, and in the break, we asked the participants to come and summarize to the whole group, whichever chapter they choose. And in that process of preparing for summarizing, they learned hell of a lot. So if you have to explain the chapters to someone, you go deep automatically. So
Mhm.
try to read it that way, as if you are explaining to someone, and you will find that it goes deeper, right? So this knowing starts becoming experience. Today's experience is so much that I can keep talking for hours and hours on that. Understanding of death was one more that came today. My God. These are all big topics, so we will slowly and gradually, I will introduce these thoughts. But understanding of fear, understanding of death, um, so many things that we hear about. My God. The I don't know how many of you heard about the term Shamshan Buddhi. There is a term called Shamshan Buddhi. That means when someone dies and people go to the crematorium for cremation, there everybody is talking about the Upadesh of Gita, right? The body dies, we don't die, nothing can penetrate you, nothing can burn you, all those dialogues of Gita. Everybody is talking about that. Panditji is explaining everything, and everybody hears all that, and then they come back home. right? By the time they reach home, they have forgotten everything. There they were feeling, oh my God, what knowledge, why not? Right? This is called Shamshan Buddhi. When you go to the Shamshan, the crematorium, that is the Buddhi. And it stays with you only as long as you are there. And when you come back, you don't remember anything. You take a shower and you are back to your normal self. Start thinking about who do I bug next. So this understanding is coming from, where does it come from? Why does this happen to us? Right? It's a very, I mean, today's under revelation to me on this was amazing. I never thought this way. Today, what it told me was that everybody thinks that others die, I don't die. That's what this is, a prevalent knowledge, right? People say that everybody thinks others die, I will not die. Why? Because we live as if we are never going to die. That's what they give as a validation. When I live, I want property, I want bank balance, uh, unlimited money in the bank. Why do you want unlimited money? Because I will never die. I need the money for the entire existence, right? Why do you want such a fantastic home? Because I'm going to be there forever. I cling on to everything because I don't consider the fact that I am temporarily here. Right? So everybody else dies. I see that when that body vanished from the planet, all the property was given to whoever was to get it, right? And that person's name has vanished from the whole thing. Not even in the Sarkari records, no books, nothing. That name doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't get registered. But then on the other hand, we hear that the biggest fear that humans have is fear of death. These two don't go together, right? They are contradictory. If I had fear of death, then I would be living in that fashion. So then I started thinking, what is the meaning of fear of death? Then it opened up within me. That knowledge opened up within me. What it explained to me was that the fear of death is not fear of leaving the body. That's not the fear. Because at that level, the one that leaves the body knows that this is temporary only. I keep coming and going at my will. So it has no problem leaving the body. So what is the fear of death then? The fear of death is the suffering that I experienced in some lifetime through that event of death. So you've heard this, the ancient times we talk about, right? In terms of time, when we go in the mind is time. So past, in the past, in my previous lifetimes, which is again mind, in those lifetimes, we used to have brutal deaths. People were killed. People had so much physical torture. And that suffering gets registered as trauma in our being. The mind carries it. That suffering is actually the fear, not, not of leaving the body. Suffering is the place of fear. And we can, when we know this, that's so much easy to get rid of it. We can get rid of it actually altogether, right?
So
So
it's
this is,
actually, go ahead, sorry.
yeah, this was today's clarity that I established within me. I don't know how correct this may be from the scripture point of view. I do not know. But I got this inner knowing, right? This inner understanding, inner clarity that I know from within that the fear is from the suffering and not from leaving the body.
And I thought it could be from our knowing, and then suffering, the detachment of clinging, attachments, the death,
Yes.
relating death to that, shedding that attachment, and
Which is
that can
suffering,
cause
right? Yeah.
a great suffering. Yeah.
Yes. Suffering is an experience, right? Suffering
Letting
is
go
an
of the
experience,
control.
and it is subjective experience also. In the same situation, I may suffer, you may not even suffer. Situation remaining same. So it's the experience that I have. That is what is called suffering, right? Buddha's teachings very clearly say there is dukkha, right? But there are ways of overcoming the dukkha. And that way of overcoming the dukkha is understanding, knowing what is suffering, right? So
Constantly changing.
there's so many things are there. I can keep talking forever on all these topics, but just want to give you step-by-step information. What belongs to this chapter is what I want to really emphasize. So in this chapter, I will summarize today's chapter's big picture view also. Two very big things we have done. One is understanding of love in a slightly different way. What love is. It's the fundamental essence of existence. So that's the totally different understanding from what we know. We knew love as part of relationships, right? Now this is different. So that is one big thing we have established today as a fundamental of future learnings. And the second important thing we have done today is understand our expanded existence and begin to recognize it, right? Starting a new relationship. We got a new girlfriend or boyfriend today, right? And that new relationship that we are now establishing needs to flourish, and we have to make a good bond there, right? And then that bond should be such that there should be no separation eventually, which will happen in chapter 15. But till that time, we will keep it segregated, right? Higher self, lower self, and two entities trying to make love. Okay. So, whatever name you get, stick with it, stay with it. You will fall in love with it slowly and gradually. Look at it from your heart, and then you will begin to reach there. That relationship is what we have to nurture now. It is basically our relationship with our heart. So for now, temporarily, slowly, and lovingly, we are keeping the mind aside and experiencing and focusing more on the heart, right? This is what we will do for the next few weeks till we reach part 2. In part 2, we will start bringing the mind back, right? Slowly. So these are very gradual steps we are taking, making it easy upon our existence to switch, to change. Small steps are easier to manage. So that's where we are. Okay. Um, all right. So is there any question here? Ajay is saying fear of death is fear of the unknown as well. Yes, agreed. Yeah. Yes, Bhavna ji, you can ask.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
गुड इवनिंग शैलेश जी।
Good evening.
एक्चुअली मेरे मन में बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आ जा रहे थे। एक तो अभी जो पहले जो पूछ रहे थे कि इफ वी आर लव व्हाई डू वी नीड टू सेंड लव अक्रॉस, उसमें तो मेरा एक क्वेश्चन ये था कि व्हेन आई वाज रीडिंग द चैप्टर 1 अगेन एंड अगेन, उसमें लिखा था कि यू आर नाउ ऑलरेडी एवरीथिंग, इट हेल्प्स यू टू इवॉल्व नोवेयर, and we are now already perfectly evolved. Also, we've learned that since God is abundant, God is perfect, so we are also perfect. तो अगर हम परफेक्ट है, हम इवॉल्व्ड है, तो
हम्म,
वह हम ये कोर्स क्यों कर रहे हैं? हमें क्या चेंज करना है?
that's also written right in the chapter 1. There is need for us to correct a few thoughts.
बट हम परफेक्ट भी तो है, वी आर परफेक्ट.
Your definition of perfect has to change also.
ओह, अच्छा. वी थिंक वी आर परफेक्ट बट वी आर नॉट परफेक्ट.
We have to understand perfection slightly differently. That we will learn slowly and gradually. We will know more. I am perfect as I am. Yes, agreed. But in that perfection, if I have the desire, when I start searching for my true desires, they tell me that something needs to change here. I am actually not that which I am supposed to be.
ओके.
That realization will come. And then you will need to bring about changes in thinking. So, when he says you are already perfect, it is not that perfect which you think you are. You are perfect as the true creation that you are, but you have covered it up.
अच्छा.
So, what you see is a very different version of who you truly are. And that is the process is that making those slight changes in our thinking, we will be able to uncover which already exists. That perfection which I am, I will uncover it. I will unravel it. It will
ओके.
become open to me.
गॉट
Then
इट,
I
गॉट
will
इट.
see my perfection. Hmm?
So secondly, in this second chapter which we are reading today,
Hmm.
lower self and higher self we were
Hmm.
talking about.
Hmm.
So in the beginning, they say it is easier to differentiate between the terms lower self and higher self. This is
Hmm.
inaccurate. We are one self.
Hmm.
Okay, we are one
Hmm.
self. Then why do we
Hmm.
need to connect to our higher self? And why do we need to give it a name? And
Hmm.
who will give us that name?
Hmm.
I'm still not comprehending
Yes.
it.
Okay. So you started staying in your heart space? You feel your heart space? Today, were you able to go to your heart space?
Yes, I was feeling love all over. In
Hmm.
fact, I was
Hmm.
crying also.
Okay. Then, did you ask your higher self for the name?
No, not today. क्योंकि
Hmm.
मुझे I had to understand this concept of higher self. What is this higher self?
Okay. So, why you are not able to understand? Because you are looking at higher self from the mind. Mind has definitions because mind is limited.
Hmm.
It sees everything in form. The eyes can see. But what about that part of you which cannot be seen by the eyes?
Okay.
That is what we are calling as higher self for now, temporarily giving it a name.
But
It's
otherwise,
your
we are
own.
all one self.
It is, but you don't agree to that. You think I am just the body. You are yourself not agreeing to that.
Hmm.
First of all, and this whole thing is about training the mind only. That start accepting that there is more to me than the body. That's what we are doing here. Training the mind to start accepting there is more to me than this physical body that it can see. Okay? So that's the step one. That's why we have to give definition. So mind,
Yeah.
well, when we tell the mind, so the intermediate step is mind will say, no, 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 I can't see it, I don't accept it. What we say is, okay, it's not you, it's someone else. Call it higher self. Then it
Okay.
will slowly accept. Okay, there is someone
Hmm.
behind the wall. I can't see this person. Let me call it higher self. I will start talking to him. Mind accepts anything outside me is okay. Right? But at the back of the mind, again, once again in the mind, we have to always remember it is not separate from me. It is me only. I have a
Hmm.
barrier in between. That's it. And we are talking across a barrier. That's it.
Hmm.
So to help the mind gradually accept it, we are playing the trick with the mind.
Okay.
Create,
So that's
create an entity.
so that's why we need to give it a name
You
to
are
the higher
not
self.
giving the name. You are going to receive the name.
तो वो नेम
Listen,
किसका है? बिकॉज यहाँ पे एक लाइन है,
listen,
माय
you
ब्यूटीफुल हायर सेल्फ.
listen. This recording, you should listen to Nihaji explain this thing. It's very, very easy to understand. This is my name only. Why it is my name? Because that existence, whoever, whatever I want to call, is me only. That's why I'm calling it my name.
ओके.
It is no one else. It's my name only. Right? So I have a name and I have a name of the body. That's it. Like you have two hands, you call this as right hand.
ओके.
Right is the name of this hand, left is the name of this hand, but both are me only. Okay. So when you give an identity to your existence, there has to be a name, but it is still you. So it's my name. The term my is very important there because you should not start considering it to be someone else. It's me only.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
why I was
we.
confused because it says, my beautiful higher self, please give me my name now.
Yeah, this
I was
sentence was
wondering.
explained by me and Nehaji both. You missed
Okay.
it. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
So
So,
listen to the recording.
just one
Yes.
last question. Well, while we're sitting the highest space, in a space, sitting quietly, you said we'll get the name. How will we get the name? Who will give us that? Like, how will we come to know that, okay,
Does
this
it
is the
matter
name?
really? Does it really matter who will give you the name? First question.
But I'm
Are you
confused.
interested?
How will I get
No,
the
no.
name?
Let me ask you this question.
Ah,
Supposing Indira Gandhi gives you the name, will it be different? Will it make a difference to
mm,
you?
mm,
Or some Guruji gives you the name, will it make a difference?
mm.
It doesn't matter who gives you the name. The question is useless.
Okay.
Start questioning your questions. We are now awakening. In the process of awakening, we can't throw loose balls. There will be a sixer on it right away. Right? We have to be really good at when we are throwing balls. Second thing, your question was about how will it be revealed? We have explained in the chapter very clearly. It's written there. If you read the chapter, it can be either a verbal thing. You may hear the name. You may visualize the name. You may have a knowing of the name. And I also gave an example, external input. The daughter of that individual came and said, Mom, I will call you this.
Mm.
It can come from anywhere, right? Who is giving the name is immaterial. You just are waiting for a name. No judgment,
Okay.
no analysis. Let it be anything. Let it be Anda. So what? Your higher self says, okay, my name is Anda. Okay, fine. I will call you Anda. That's it.
So we'll get a signal from somewhere. Ki, okay, this is my name. It
No
can be in any
signal.
form.
You will have a knowing. It will
Mm.
come. You
Okay.
will get. First do it. First experience it. Then you will understand what is being told because it's very difficult to describe many things. You have to experience. When you experience, then you say, oh, okay, now I know what these people have been saying.
Mm.
Okay, so experience it.
Thank you.
Hmm? Hmm. Good. Yes, Pallavi ji.
Oh, acknowledge. Yesterday you threw one question
Hmm.
about higher self. Why it have you guessed it? Why it is male? It was like to my mind, and then I thought, like I slept with that and love and everything what we do normally. Oh, the answer came in such a way that the the mistake which we do here is we are not accepting. I see Achalaji's situation, Deepshikaji's these phases, and I also feel like I don't understand what is happening inside. Sometimes I feel like, where should I go? It's like crazy, crazy. Like one will understand this phase, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yes.
as what to say, because we are
I
going through
know,
that transition phase,
I know.
and I'm
I
just accepting. You said that don't do anything. I'm just accepting.
mm,
Just let this phase also, because as we are in materialistic thing, that
mm,
also we have come, so many thoughts came and then it settled down. We came to zero, shunya sthiti. Likewise, in this also, I felt, in my this journey, and this phase is like
okay.
mind-boggling,
So, no, no,
mind-boggling.
I will explain. This is a normal part of spiritual awakening. When we are awakening, we go through a significant, deep process of healing. Healing means removal of what does not belong to me. Cleaning up, actually, inner cleaning, right?
Cleansing,
That
yes.
is healing. So, this aspect of it, what you are experiencing just now, everyone has to go through it, and it is called healing crisis. You are feeling that you are in a very critical situation. That is called healing crisis. The process of healing is removal. You are shedding, right? And
One,
shedding is
yes.
the most difficult
Just dropping
thing
down.
for people. No, no, the problem of shedding is detachment.
Mm,
Detachment is not acceptable to me.
mm,
I'm used to attaching, right? And shedding requires detachment. So these are two, um, this is a process against my nature. That's why it is difficult. Letting
mm.
go, shedding, releasing, so many terms are used, but eventually, basically, it is like taking a shower and shedding all the dirt you have on the body. Just like that. So, this, your awakening process is basically the light that you are becoming is going to shed the darkness. Your own light, nobody else's light, your own light, when the lamp lights up, will start shedding. All the darkness will vanish automatically. And then you will say, okay, I feel light. In both, it's a pun. Huh? I feel light, the brightness wala light, and I feel light by weight, both
Mm.
ways. So the more you shed, the lighter you become. है ना? So do not worry about that aspect of it. Your mind will complain. It will keep complaining. क्या यार, you are taking away from me. You are taking away from me. What are you doing? I'm losing. I'm losing. Mind doesn't want to lose. But you have to say that actually you are not losing. You are becoming healthy. By shedding my weight, I am going to become healthy. That is what your mind needs to learn now. And we are training it slowly. You're very slowly training it to starting with, well, okay, know that you are made of love. Mind, you are made of love. I am made of love. The body is made of love. Everything around me is made of love. Everything is love. Mind will say, no, 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 I am not that. Everything can be, not me. I am different. And then you have to slowly cajole the mind. No, no, please come with me. Let's sit. Let's look at this. You are love. Experience love. Slowly, and this we are going to do in steps. Again, where are we working? In the mind only. We are working with thoughts only. So when I'm saying shedding, wait, what the meaning is, shedding thoughts only. The whole process is happening in the mind. So we will do it. Let the mind will play, mind, we know that. Mind will play. Mind doesn't want to give away. But because it feels insecure, it has gathered all that crap over several lifetimes, how can it give it away? Right? But we
And
have to
in
say,
one
well, okay,
second,
it is.
so many thoughts come. No, it sometimes feel like I can't sleep only, like so many. Then I sit and then come to my heart place, and being in the session, listening to you feels like grounding. Like I'm not alone in the journey, feels like that, you know.
Hmm,
And
hmm,
so that's I just
hmm.
join the
Yeah,
session,
yeah.
whichever
Hmm,
it is, English or Hindi. But
hmm,
sometimes in the morning also I start it because I don't know. I feel very grounded
yeah,
because
yeah,
it is so simplified. This book is. There is no, as it is written in the book, no dharma or nothing should attach to this thing, which is
exactly.
I like the most because once you touch it, you understand nothing is there like Sufi. So why
Ah,
to attach everything around it? This,
yeah.
that, even Upanishad
Hmm,
chapter, whatever. You
hmm,
discover yourself, right?
hmm,
But
hmm.
yeah, I'm still in the journey. And I got to know I was not accepting my feminine part also, you know. So
Hmm,
that's
hmm.
why that name, then many things have, unfolded. Like, I'm very happy you threw that question. So it gave me again, yeah.
Hmm.
Thank you so much.
Good, good. Slowly, just the biggest thing we are learning also in the process is patience. We have to learn that.
Mm,
Okay.
yes.
And the term
Yes.
God is very sensitive. I really, when I read the book for the first time, I felt very uncomfortable with the usage of the term called God. And then later on, I looked at some later books of this author. He has changed it to the word creator. This was his first book, so he still has the term God there. Now, the reason why it is sensitive is because people have very different connotation of that word. Everyone has a different understanding. And people connect that term God with religion, right? And that's where it becomes sensitive. Everybody is very sensitive because religion is part of the belief system. And belief system, I can die but not leave my belief. That's how people are, right? So, sensitivity of that term because of the religion is a problem. So,
Mm,
better avoid such terms. However, here, since it's there in the book, I have to use it. Okay. We can definitely, I am very open to replacing that term with the word creator, even though eventually you will know there is no creator also. It is all concept. Think about how do you know God? In the mind. God is a concept. I have been saying right from the beginning. It is a concept. It's a thought. It actually does not exist. That's why Buddha never talked about God,
mm,
because it is a sensitive matter. People can take so many different meanings of that word and draw their own conclusions and get into complicated thinking. So he never answered a question about God. People interpreted that he thinks that there is no God.
he doesn't
He
believe
never
in
said
God.
that.
Mm,
Right? So his idea was keep quiet on that topic which can create problem.
yeah.
Right? Because we carry our belief system is integrated with religion, right? Everyone, even those who do not believe in religious things, are integrated into some kind of concept which is religious for them. I
Mm,
believe. I believe is a religion only, right? That's what it is. So we have to slowly step out of that. And this is where my biggest concern with this course is, because it attacks the belief system all the time, constantly. And people are very uncomfortable. That's why you will see many people leave the course in between because they can't take it anymore.
mm,
At some point, you have experienced the course also, so you know what comes in future. But it is a direct Even though in the beginning the author says, you continue to do what you are doing, all your practices, your spiritual practices, religious, whatever you are doing, continue to do. And this course will help you understand all those practices in a better way. And then eventually you may even drop them, right? That's my interpretation. He simply stops there. It will help you understand those practices in a better way, in a better light. But I
with your
know
experience.
when you start seeing in a better light, many of those will drop because they don't remain relevant anymore. They had a meaning at some point, not anymore. That's what happens to the belief system. It starts dismantling as you awaken. Your belief system will start dismantling. It belief system is not bad. Never have that thought. It is meant for a reason. It is there for a reason. And then what we need to do is don't become rigid about it. Be flexible. Use it to the best of what it can deliver, and then allow it to go. Right? So letting go is a very important aspect of utilizing the abilities that we possess. Ability to have a belief is a very good ability, very important. Right? So we have to just be flexible. Slowly and gradually, we will go through it. I am sitting here for that only. I will help all of you answer some of those questions which will arise within you, because the moment belief system is touched, it is painful, not easy. So just take it one at a time. It, I will try to help look at it in a different perspective, and maybe then you will make your own choices. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
for everyone else, like I saw some discussion going on in the chat also about the word God and understanding of God, etc., family upbringing, etc., and so on. The God we are talking here is not that one. That's all I can say. Here, what we are talking of God is a set of attributes, a set of qualities is what we are defining as God qualities. That is all, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can replace the term God easily with whatever you want to replace it with. Qualities, it's a package of qualities, I would call it, right? Do you get it? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
right. And another thing was, all of you probably remember the logo of Apple. You remember the logo of Apple, the Apple company's logo? Hmm?
Mm.
So it's shape of an apple,
Of, of it.
and there is a cut in the on top, right? There is a cut in the shape of a leaf, and that cut goes up and stands up there on in the logo. So it's not removed from the apple, it stands out, right? It represents our existence. That little
Mm.
piece which is cut out is this body, and the whole apple is still there. We just separated ourselves out and stood out. Well, okay, I am separate.
Mm.
Okay, that's what it is. So just think about that. These kind of examples exist all around us. We
Mm.
just see them, but we have, once you begin to recognize, well, okay, it is everywhere, you will begin to see how nature beautifully has messages for us everywhere. You begin to just read the messages and learn from it and grow. Okay. Yeah. So thank you, Pallavi. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Yes, excellent. So we are comfortable. Bhavana ji is writing, we were so comfortable with the thought that God is love, light, abundance. So we are also love and light. Yes. So why it is the past? You were, nay, you are. Should be comfortable with this thought, because that's the basis. On this only we are going to build the rest of the fundamentals in the course. Yes. Okay. All right. So thank you everyone. Thank you Nehaji for a beautiful session today. We will continue the session tomorrow and go on the journey. Tomorrow we will not do the reading, like tomorrow we will maybe walk through the workbook, activity workbook, this chapter, and then any questions you have about the chapter or the workbook or the practices, I'm here to help you, or any questions that come up in the mind. Always question your questions also, but I am here. um, I will try and help resolve. Open the knots. I help open the knots. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, masters.
Read the chapter. There are a lot of questions and answers both. So
Read the
read
chapter.
the
Yes.
chapter.
Mm, beautiful. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Uh,
Yes.
in our when I was working, we used to have contract management course. We used to have like sort of, for those who are actually not dealing with contracts, we used to get to attend a course called contract management. And the company's legal people would come and teach us about contract, the legality and so on. They always used to give us a pencil, right? On that pencil, there was only 4 letters written: RTFC. RTFC. So the people, you know how people read the word F, right? Read the F contract, right? But the real meaning, the lawyer explained, you may be interpreting it in your way, but the real meaning is read the full contract. That's what that F means, right? So Nehaji is just reminded, read the chapter. That is our contract.
And see,
So
Preeti ji is
whenever
also reminding, read and reread. So,
yes, yes, read. Absolutely, yes. This each chapter is so filled with it, and I told you a trick today, that read it in a way that you are actually teaching somebody. When you do that, you have a different, totally different understanding. So good. Thank you. Thank you, Nehaji. Thank you,
thank
Preeti ji.
you. Thank you, everyone.
Let's all continue, close the session for today. Tomorrow again at the same time. And all the best to you, Preeti ji. She is actually on her way to